Okay, here's my day trading watch list for tomorrow. Remember, I'm a day trader, so these are just stocks that might give me a nice trade tomorrow. Okay, EYES has been on bounce watch for a few days, just continues lower. Haven't had a trade in this in several days, but I think it is getting really, really overdue for a bounce. Doesn't cost me anything to have it on a chart, so I'll try to follow up if I do end up taking any of these bounce plays. I'll try to follow up in tomorrow night's video, show you how we look to enter these on an intraday basis. OVTI, kind of the same deal. This has been a pretty strong stock and just tanked today. Look at it on an intraday basis. Whenever you get this kind of shape and volume, generally I'm looking for a nice bounce in it, but it ran out of trading day, so it just goes on the list for tomorrow. LINE, same thing. It's getting fast. Anytime you see the price and the volume looks like they're reaching to each other, they're almost touching here. Generally, that's a good scenario for a possible really fast snapback bounce. So no, I don't look at any of these as bullish charts, but since I'm a day trader, I do look at all these that I'm showing you as very nice potential for a big bounce one of these days. PGN, same thing. You're getting shape and volume, and I think you could get a really nice bounce. I won't take any of these unless I get a proper intraday setup. Same thing with SM, and if you go to the weekly, you can see a very nice bounce back here off of that $40 area. It actually went down to $39.44. Today it closed at $39.23, but it's really getting ahead of itself. You don't have really big volume. Well, let me go to the daily. You did have nice volume. You had one of the biggest volume days of the year. So, and the last time it did this, you see that shape and volume. A couple days later, you got a nice bounce. So it's time to start watching for a bounce again in SM. DGLY, man, Zozo Trader, one of our, he's at Zozo Trader on Twitter, gave a nice call on this one today. I got a nice trade out of it. But all the news about police cameras, this isn't going away. I think because of this crazy move back here, people, and of course this was overdone. People started to think this thing's never going to bounce. But, guess what? It's time for this thing to start bouncing. The police cameras, I mean, they're protesting all over the world over the Ferguson, Missouri thing. And now we're getting a lot of, even White House talk about funding for police cameras. So I think before this is all over, every policeman in the country is going to have to be fitted with a body camera. And so I do believe DGLY is my go-to play for this. I know Taser makes body cameras as well, and it's very strong. And probably GoPro, if they ever jump in this arena, it'll probably get a huge pop too. But DGLY is my go-to because it's such a low float stock that this thing can really, really move. Now, unfortunately, in after hours, this thing went all the way up to 1440. I was waiting for a big move today. We did get a nice trade in it. I think Zozo called it, I can't remember now, in the 1270 area, right about here. And we got a nice move to 1340. It was one of my bigger trades of the day. But I kept thinking this thing's going to rip, and it never really did. And now, as often happens, it's moving higher real quietly in the after hours. And like I said, it closed after hour session at 1440. But if you look at the chart up over 15, this thing could really, really squeeze. So I want to watch DGLY very closely tomorrow. All right, and then TRUE is the last one on my list. 5-minute candles here. It had an early sell-off, and then look at this bounce. It went all the way through the high of the day before giving some back at the end of the day. But while it was doing this, the SPY was just going sideways in a fairly narrow range. So TRUE, definitely relative strength today. Back to the daily, you could argue that it's kind of flagging here after this run. So up over some of these recent highs, this thing could get moving. TRUE moves pretty nicely at times. As you can see, a couple spots on the chart here. You had a real nice move here, a nice big day there, nice move here, a nice move here. So, and now it's kind of gotten quiet. But if you look at it, it's really held this 16 to 18 range for quite a while, a good month or so, and then kind of breaking out of it last week, and now sort of flagging here, right? So I want to watch this for a continuation to the upside. And that's it. That's my list. We'll do, reversal plays on an intraday basis on stuff that's not even on this list. The group in the chat room is really good at looking for stuff getting shape. Intraday shape is what we call it, into support, or intraday shape into resistance for fade plays. and also news plays. We got a bunch of guys that are really good at finding news items as well. But I do want to start every day with a watch list, and that's what I'm doing here with these stocks I just gave you. We will talk to you tomorrow night. Have a good night.